Here back for another update. Let's take a look at Bitcoin over here. I'm going to show you two scenarios. We're first going to show you the first scenario, which is bearish, and I believe with every bullish scenario, you also need a bearish scenario, right? Because you can't just take a look at one scenario. So this way, you're not um, blindsided by any swings in the opposing direction of your bias. Okay, so this is the bullish scenario over here. But before I get into that, I'm going to show you the bearish scenario first. So we'll first take a look at that. Okay, so this is the bullish scenario right over here. And basically what it says is that we're still within A, B, C, D, and a E wave within a bullish descending broadening wedge. So this should be A, B, C, D, E. Let me see here. This is your A wave down, your B wave, you have your C wave down here, your D, and then you have your E wave right over here. And basically what you're going to have is a three-wave move within each of the macro waves. And that's what you get with a bullish descending broadening wedge. Notice how there's three waves within each of the subwaves. A, B, C. You have your A, B, C up, your A, B, C down, your A, B, C up for your D, and then you're going to have another A, B, C down for your last wave. Now this last wave would likely take us to around the 43,000, 44,000 region, and we found that target by taking a fib from the bottom of our wave 2 up to the top of our wave 3. So around the 50% fib on the linear, the 61.8% fib on the linear scale, which would be sitting at 43,459 before we have the next leg in the market. Okay, the fifth leg or the last leg would likely take you north of $100,000, and the current resistance levels so far are these guys over here. Okay, so these resistance levels is where this A, B, C can reject off of before we continue down for our next leg. I want to show you some interesting data to go along with this TA. But before we take a look at that, let's go ahead and dive in to the bullish scenario. Okay, so the bullish scenario, basically what it states is that, let me see here. All right, so this is wait, let me put this in here. So the bullish scenario, basically what it states is that instead of an A, B, C, D, E, and the correction is done. So it's just a W, X, Y, right? And then you have a three-wave move within each of the waves. So you have your ABC down for your W. You have your ABC up for your X. And then you have another A, B, C down for your Y. This is your wave 1. This is your wave 2. And now we're working on our third wave to the upside, fourth and fifth. Okay, so now that you have both bullish and bearish scenarios, you can see which one makes the most sense to you. The problems that we have with the bullish scenario, which is this one I'm showing you, is that this is only a three-wave move, right? And then we come down in a three-wave move. Then we go up in a five-wave move. So what worries me here for bulls is that this may not be a wave 1. It's kind of hard to make a bullish case. However, as soon as you get above, so I'll show you the invalidation levels right here. So as soon as you get a daily close above 68,411, then it's likely we'll be doing the bullish scenario, because this could still deviate like that, right? It could still deviate like this and then form a rising wedge. That's something you guys need to be cautious of, right? So it can deviate to around 68,411 and still be bearish. Okay, if you get a daily close above 68,411 right over here, then it's likely we'll be doing the bullish scenario. Okay, this is the bullish scenario. where this is, instead of an A, B, C, D, E, it's just a W, X, Y, and then now we're ready to start our grind to the upside. Now, some interesting info that I'd like you guys to be aware of is the velo data on the back end. Okay, now when we take a look at the velo data, we do see that spot is distributing on this move up on the weekend. And as most of you know, the weekends do carry less liquidity, and weekends carry more manipulation and chop. Okay, so when you have pumps on the weekend, you have to be cautious of those pumps, especially when the velo data looks like this. So what we see over here, so we'll actually go on the 30-minute here. And you see how the price rises here? Price is rising, but then you have spot volume declining. And then you also have divergence, right? So on Coinbase, right? On Coinbase, they were accumulating spot for a while, the market maker, right? They were accumulating and then distributing on the way up. Do you guys see that? You see how they're distributing here on the way up? Price is making higher highs and higher lows, even though the aggregated spot volume is declining here. We see open interest rising, so we see new positions being opened, and we see the CVD increasing as well. What we also notice is that we have some volume divergence over here. So from the start of our uptrend, right, which I believe was on October 10th, right, we started declining in volume, even though the price is increasing. And then this weekend, we have this range, and the volume has flatlined over here. Okay? So just something to be aware of for the rest of the weekend. And tomorrow is Sunday. Be prepared to see a lot of manipulation and chop within the charts. We'll come down here to the 5-minute time frame, and this actually does look like a little bit of Wyckoff distribution, right? So this is a 5-minute time frame, and we see distribution. Excuse me. We see distribution on the velo data, but we also see distribution on the chart as well, right? So this looks like Wyckoff distribution. This is your preliminary supply, your buying climax, your automatic rally, secondary test, sign of weakness. This is your upthrust, and then it looks like you're having your upthrust in phase B before continuing down. So just be mindful of a scenario like this, where this little range we have here on the weekend is distribution. Okay. So we'll go down here to the 2-minute time frame, and we would be targeting the value area low on Friday's session, which would be sitting at 60,750. Okay, you see this was Friday's session right here. The value area low is sitting at 60,750. So I think the price will eventually move back towards it, but this could also break upwards as well. And then we have, and this could be reaccumulation. But so far, paired with the velo data, this looks like distribution on the small time frame. And also don't forget the bullish and the bearish counts, like I showed you in the beginning of the video, right? Bullish scenario, and then you have the bearish scenario with invalidation sitting at 68,411. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to let me know. And if you want to stay updated with the analysis along with all of your favorite coins and assets, then definitely click the link in the description below. Peace out and take it easy. See you in the next one.